Wherever you are on your journey, welcome. I'm Jackie, and this is my journey I call personally driven. Today is a special day. Today is the day that honor my father. I don't know why I said father. Anyway, today is the day that I honor my dad. He transitioned March 8th, 2021. And so today marks the second year. And so this podcast serves as a audible journal for me. So I wanted to journal about um, my thoughts, my feelings, and my experience. So, well, I had planned a couple of days ago or so what I wanted to do on this day, right? Not really like specifics, but I knew there were certain things that I wanted to do. For instance, I wanted to dedicate the majority of this day, if not the whole day, in honoring of my dad. So I have every year so far, I wear my dad's army t-shirt that he had. He retired. Um, he retired 30 years in the military, the Army to be exact. He retired Command Sergeant Major. So proud of him. And so that's what I do. I wear that all day long. And I decided, well, what else I wanted to do was take myself out to dinner and eat the foods that my dad used to eat, his favorite foods. And one of the things that he and I share in common is we love seafood. And I tell y'all, anything that my dad, when I was little, and even as a young adult, anything my dad wanted to eat, or anything that he was eating, even though I never had it before, don't even know what it tastes like. Guess what Jackie was doing? I wanted to try it because if my dad was eating it, I was going to eat it. Now, as I got older, I started to express myself. So some things that he ate, I didn't like. But one thing that my dad always did was always encourage me to try new things. Not only new things, new food, just new things. Um, just to broaden your perspective, broaden your palate, um, just to gain a variety of different experiences. And so yeah, and I still do that to this day. And I even encourage my son the same thing, to try new things, do new things, be curious about things. Yeah, so you can get to know yourself. It's a great way to learn more about your likes and dislikes, learn about it. Just really, I think, just broadens you, if that makes sense. uh so the reason why I was not able to do that today was, well, I don't even want to give that situation some energy. I'll talk about it on another podcast. But I had to take care of some other, do I want to say, I'm not going to say legal matters because it's not that serious. It's not that serious at all. But I had to handle some other things. And so I had to pivot, as my friend would say. My friend Kat, she uses the phrase pivot. I love it. So I had to pivot. And so typically the old Jackie, oh man, if I make plans of something, I want to do it. I used to be this way. I wanted to do it at that time that I planned to do it. I wanted to be early because being early is being on time. That's my philosophy. Well, that's what my philosophy used to be. And I would get upset if things did not work out the way that I wanted it to work out. I guess it was part of my perfectionist that I didn't even know I had, you know, didn't even know I had it. But those type of things bothered me, but not so much, not as much. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still doing, I'm still doing my work in my Inyana voice. So despite not being able to dedicate the entire day to my dad like I wanted to, I did not get, I vented a little bit earlier today. Um, but I vented more so about the subject, the other subject matter. I spent now that I'm sharing this, I realize I gave that too much of my energy today. So I'm so glad right now the spirit is reminding me that focus on the things that are important to you and the things that you want to do. Um, Focus on that. Yeah. So what else did I do? So the other thing that I do is release balloons. So I go to the park, which I love the park. And if you've been following me on the podcast, I love the park. I love being in nature in that way. If it's walking trails, which I haven't done that in a while since I haven't walked a trail since I was living in Washington State. But I love to go into the park and just be in nature. It's such a beautiful um, it's a form of meditation for me. It's also a way for me to connect to nature. Um, and yeah, yeah, love it. Love it. I didn't do any research before I did this podcast, so you could just Google it. Google it, and you will see all of the benefits of being in nature, walking in nature, all of that. And I think I've shared on a previous podcast too. One one of the major benefits that I know of, I when I was taking a what's the class called? I was taking the science of happiness class, and it's derived from the positive psychology courses or program class, whatever course, college course. And one of the stats that they have, or one of the, yeah, I'm going to say stats for right now because the word's not coming to me. But one of the trials that they did was people that were depressed, um, all of the mental health issues, all of the mental health challenges, whether it's depression, anxiety, um, bipolar, schizophrenia, uh, and if I'm using the words in the wrong way, please know I'm not. That's not my intention at all. It's just mainly to share with you what I've learned. So what I've learned is one of the stats that was, or one of the studies, that's the word. There it is. I'm thinking of sports with stats, right? Right. So one of the studies that a psychiatrist, that's the one that gives the medication, did was they found after doing several studies on, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of people, they, instead of giving them psychotropic medication um, that they usually prescribe to them, they did this study to see if 30 minutes in walking in nature or being in nature, whatever they wanted to do out in nature, whether it's plant trees, lay in the grass, sit in the grass, walk in the park. 30 minutes of it every day, they said increase their happiness. The people that they were studying that had the mental health issues, and also they no longer needed their medication. I thought that was amazing. And I can totally see that, because there's been times that I say I'm upset about something, or something is on my mind. I know I could just go to the park, and I promise you, when I walk in the park, I don't even wear my headsets. My phone is on silent. I don't listen to anything. Or let me say that differently. I do listen to things. I listen to the wind blowing through the leaves and the trees. I listen to the squirrels as they walk in the grass, and through as they walk in the grass and in the woods, things like that. Any other bugs and sounds and birds, and just the sound of the children playing and running, and the sound of just nature. Even if it starts to rain, I will walk in the park if it's not raining really hard, but just to feel the nature, just to feel the raindrops on my skin. Um, to feel the heat from the sun, which you also get vitamin D from the sun. So, and I promise you, every single time, whatever I was thinking about prior to going to the park, I don't think about it at all while I'm there. I completely forget about it and just zone in and be in deep meditation with nature. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, yeah. It's that is my medicine for sure, for sure. And I love it. So, okay. So I did go out to the park today. I did get some balloons. Now, I wanted to get balloons that said dad. Well, they didn't have it available. About time I got there, they didn't. Well, yeah, about time I got there, they didn't have it. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm learning that just roll with it, right? Because I am a believer that whatever is meant will happen. So it just wasn't meant for me to have the balloons that spell dad. So my other thought was, well, I want to get gold balloons to represent gold and purple. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of purple balloons, but I didn't see them. And I was thinking of purple to represent the crown chakra. So I was going to get purple. Then I thought, oh, my dad's favorite color is blue. I could get blue. Well, they didn't have blue either. Actually, where I went, they were out of balloons. They only had the ones that were already blown up there. So I saw some gold ones, and I was like, oh, I want the gold ones. The lady went over there, and they were gold. They were shaped as stars. Well, she couldn't get the gold ones because whoever blew them up didn't have the string. Didn't have the string on them. So she couldn't reach that. Wasn't no way to get them. So I just said, okay, no problem. I just kept on rolling with it. I refused to allow anything to deter me from focusing on what my purpose was today. And my purpose is to honor my dad. So I said, that's okay. No gold ones, no problem. No purple ones, no problem. So I did see one red one shaped like a heart, and I said, great, let me get the red one. But I wanted more than one balloon. So I was thinking of the number 3. And the reason why I chose, a lot of things that I do is in the number 3. Um, I the number 3 is, so let's break it down numerology wise. The number 3 is my life path number. It's also my attitude number and my birthday number and my soul origin number. 3 is very, very present. But what's so interesting, I always liked the number 3 even before I even known about numerology. The other reason why I picked 3 is because my dad's birthday is in the 12th month, which is, if you take the number 12, 1 plus 2, and reduce it to a single digit, it'll be 3. So that's why I was thinking of 3 balloons. And then dad is 3 letters. So that's why I was thinking of the number 3. Well, she only had 1 red heart balloon. There was 2 other orange ones. So I said, fine, we'll take the orange ones, because that's all that was left. All the other balloons said like congratulations. They had design. Most of them were happy birthday, So I got 2 orange balloons and 1 red balloon. And I got a permanent magic marker that was the color blue. And I chose that one. Well, actually, I didn't choose that one. That was the only option. I think there was a blue one and a red one. And so I knew I wanted to get blue because that is my dad's favorite color. So I wanted to get blue. Got the blue magic marker, and I was happy, it's working out. So I went to the park, got to the park, and what I do is write on the balloons. So, and so let me say this too, for whichever way you choose to honor your loved one, peace and blessings be upon him. And I forgot to say, my dad's name is Richard Allen Harris. I believe it's so important to say their name. So what I was saying was, you can honor your loved one in any way you choose to. There's no right or wrong. And I just want to stress that there is no right or wrong on how you choose to honor your loved one. It doesn't matter the day you choose, the time you choose, what you choose to do. None of that. It's what you want to do. There's no right or wrong. So if anybody tries to tell you, you ain't supposed to do it that way, and no, don't even listen to it. Shut it down. So what I tend to do is I write messages on the balloon, kind of like journaling. I say the things that I want to say to him, most of the time, besides that, I miss you. That was going on there. But I also give thanks. I thank him for so many things. I wrote on, let's see, I had 3 balloons, so I wrote on all sides of the balloons. I always thank my dad. I always thank him for guiding me, for protecting me, still protecting me. And I thank him. I thank him for blessing me financially, because I believe yes, I will say that. I thank him for protecting me and my family. I thank him for all the things that he taught me my whole entire life. I thank him for just blessing me to be able to experience him, and I learned so much from him. And so on the balloons, that's what I wrote. I wrote his name all the way out, because like I said, I wanted to make sure that I will always, and I wrote that on the balloon too, that I will always honor him. I will always honor my dad, Richard Allen Harris, always. And I will never forget him. I will always celebrate him, honor him. Of course, I said that I love you. all those good things. And so, yeah, I wrote that. And then what I do is I go to a spot in the park where, it's not too crowded. There wasn't too many people. There was more people at the park than I thought today. Must have been a game or something going on. But I found a spot in the park that surrounded by, matter of fact, I think it was, don't quote me on this, but I want to say I think there was around 3 trees around in the area where I was, but I'm not quite sure. I'm just guessing. So I released one balloon at a time. Um, I read it as if my dad was right there and talk to him. And I release one balloon at a time. And when I release one balloon, I watch it until it floats for about 12 seconds or so. And then I release the next one, read what's on that one, and release that one. Um, and then write on the third balloon and release that one. And then what I tend to do is if I would have been in the spot of the park that I wanted to be, there's a what do you call it? There's a swing, a bench there. I would have sat on the bench and watched the balloons float, but there was nowhere to sit. And I didn't think at the time about just sitting in the grass, but anyway, I watch the balloons float away, and I tend to do that. Um, it's like a form of meditation because I really don't say anything. I just watch the balloons float away, and I stay there until I don't see the balloons anymore. And it just makes me feel so at peace and calm and feel so much love. I feel an abundance of love. I thank my dad for that too. I thanked him for loving me, showing me love, and continuing to show me love every day. And so that's what I do. And then, so today I got in my car and I turned on some whispers because the whispers was my dad's favorite group. Love the whispers. And so I listened to the whispers on my way going home. And so I was singing along and all of that. And it brought back just great memories of dancing in the kitchen and at any event. If there, my dad was a dancer, so he would dance. Um, he would dance, and he and I just loved dancing. My mom loved dancing too, but we used to dance all the time and at events. And even sometimes my dad used to know. I'm trying to think what was the last dance. Okay, you know how there's the electric slide. There's another dance that my dad he taught me. I didn't even know it, and he knew it before I did. And I want to say, is it the one to the left now, y'all? To the right. Quick, crisscross. Is that one? I can't remember, but it's one of them. I'll figure it out. It's one of them that he knew before me. And I was like, what? And so he taught me that. So I listened to the whispers till I came home, and then when I got home, I turned on the whispers again on the TV, blasting the music, and listened to about 3 songs, danced to it, laughed. I did cry a little bit at the beginning, but just started dancing and tried to do some of the dance moves that the whispers was doing. It was good. And yeah. And then after that, what did I do? So then after that, I said that I wanted to journal and I wanted to meditate. So I came to my altar and I lit the blue candle because that's my dad's favorite color. And then I had orange and red balloon. So I had a red and orange balloon, so I lit those candles and I sat in front of my altar and I meditated. Sorry, my dog hit something. Um, and I meditated in front of my altar, and I also lit incense as well. And I meditated, not guided meditation, which I tend to do the majority of the time, but I've been meditating, not consistently. I'm working on that, but I've been meditating a lot more. So sometimes it's just whatever I feel in my spirit, I will meditate without any sound, um, and no guided meditation. So if you ever need to guided meditation, there's tons of them on YouTube. So I sat in front of I have a little stool. So I sat on the really little tiny stool and meditated for 12 minutes and 14 seconds. And the reason why I chose that is that's my dad's birthday, 12/14. So I did that. And now um I'm journaling. And I'm journaling by speaking with you on my audio journal. I'm doing it an audio journal. So that is what I did today to honor my dad. And I'm still not done. I'm probably, once I get done with this, I'm definitely, uh, of course, when I do my altar prayer tonight, at my ancestor altar prayer tonight, definitely um, honor him again some more. And as of right now, that's it for right now, because I have some other work that I have to do that is a deadline that needs to be turned in before midnight tonight. So I'm going to cut this short, but I just wanted to share with you all my experience of today. And I wanted to share with you that however you choose to honor your loved one, guess what? It's right. The way you choose to do it, it's the right way. So realize that and recognize that. However you choose to do it, it is right. That is right for you. Okay. And I also wanted to share with you, if you plan anything to honor your loved one and things don't work out as you planned, well, guess what? That's okay too. That's okay. Just know that it's okay. And yeah, so thank you so much for listening. I truly, truly appreciate you. And yeah, until next time, peace.